Hello and welcome back to another video tutorial here at Geekatplay Studios. My name is Gary Miller and we're in our third tutorial finishing up the modeling of our garbage can. I went ahead and finished modeling it, showing you what we're going to end up with when we're finished. And we last finished off creating the top handle here, and it looks pretty good, but this rectangular bracket, because it has all flat surfaces, it's not going to fit very well along the radius of our garbage can. So I went ahead and let me hide the lid here. Went ahead and created some brackets and notice that they fit and conform perfectly to the circumference of our garbage can. And we're going to do that very easily here in Hexagon without any troubles at all. So let me grab my handles that I made and I will delete them. I'm going to grab my trash can, Control D to duplicate it. I'll lock my original. Okay, what I want to do is I want to turn off the dynamic geometry on it. And what I want to do is I want to select 6 of these faces along here. So I'm going to come up, select faces, select 6 of them just like that, and I'm going to use my extract tool right under vertex modeling. So I've gone ahead and extracted those. I'm going to come back, select my garbage can and delete that because I don't need it anymore. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shrink it down. I'm just going to shrink it down a little bit. And now I'm going to add some thickness to it under the Surface Modeling tab. And I want to make sure I use this option here. I want to create outside thickness to it. And that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to come back to my top handle here, enable that. And I'm just going to Control D to duplicate that. I'll lock my original. And I'll just rotate it around and move it over here. Let me come to selection. Oops, wrong handle. There we are. Okay, I'm just going to bring it down, and I'm going to use my lay-on tool. I'm going to click on that, and click on any one of these middle faces here, like that. I'm going to ungroup this selection of objects. I'm going to click on and select this rectangular bracket. I don't need that anymore. Delete that. I'm going to click on my rivet here, use my lay-on tools, click on the back of my rivet, click on the face of my little metal bracket there, select the other rivet and do the same thing. Now in selection mode, I'm just going to move them out towards the edge like that. Grab this one, move that out towards the edge, and let's see if they are evenly spaced. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I select both of them, and I'm just going to move them down in the center here. And that's almost in the center. There we are. Now let me grab these 2 pieces of this handle. Select that, and I'm just going to rotate it. Oops. I think I want to be in world mode here. Nope. This isn't going to give me the axis that I want. That's okay. I'll do this. I just want to make this horizontal. There we are. And now I'll move this over. Let me see, what does my world do? Now I want to be in selection. Yeah, I'll be in selection mode, and I'll move that right up there. select both of those and move them right down. And there we are. Okay, I will select both of those, all of those, 1, 2, 3, 5 objects. I'll group it together. Let's turn on my trash can, and look at that. It is perfectly aligned right in the center here, and the circumference of that little metal bracket fits perfectly flush against the trash can. So Control D to duplicate that object, and I'll just move it right over there and rotate it around. Now I'm going to duplicate this trash can again, Control D, hide my original, and turn off the dynamic smoothing on this one. Now what I want to do is make sure that I position this exactly right across from my other one. Okay, getting back to what I was focusing on, I'm going to click on there, and I'm going to click there, validate that, and let me come to a top view and make sure that I've got this centered here, or at least them evenly. No, it needs this one here, needs to come over more in order to be aligned properly. So let me pull it back out, and it needs to go over just one more. So let me select that, and I believe it goes right there. And let's change to a top view again, and let's check our work. Look at that, perfectly aligned, opposite from one another. Let's come back to our perspective view and enable. Okay, we don't need that garbage can anymore. Okay, I'm going to select my lid and my top handle. Not the, come on now. The lid and the top handle. Group that. And all of these can be grouped. Control A. And that, hit that. Now, let's come back to our photograph. Now, wait a minute. This is my lid. I want these. There we are. Group that. Okay. This is my photograph. And this is my model. Now, let's click off of that. And let's check our work. Now, I have to say that this is a darn good model. And it really mimics exactly what the photograph shows. Now I got one little bonus thing that I want to show you, and then we will call it quits with this tutorial. Let me grab my trash can here. I'm going to ungroup it, and I'm going to come over here to vertex modeling. I'm going to use I'll use points, and I'm going to use my tweak tool. I'm going to enable some soft selection, run this up to about 6, grab my trash can, disable my smoothing. Now watch what happens. Let me go and grab my tweak. Watch what happens. Oh, I got to enable smoothing again. Watch what happens. You can create a really good effect of an old back alley, heavily used, abused garbage can by using your tweak tool and applying a soft setting to it, soft selection setting. Make it look like the garbage men have really abused it over the years. and give it a very, very realistic looking appearance. Not only does the model look very accurate and realistic, but you can actually have a lot of fun using this this tweak tool. It's a great little gizmo. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now you got to validate your tweak tool whenever you're done using it. Come back and select that. I'm going to ungroup it. I'm going to grab my trash can lid and come back to my tweak tool. I do want to enable soft selection. Run this up to about 6 or 7 or so. I'm just going to put some dents into it. I'm just going to make it, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this though. I probably won't be doing the best job, but it will certainly serve as a good illustration as to what you can do to it to enhance its realism, as if the shape and the modeling that we went through isn't realistic enough. Boy, let's really make it look like the garbage collectors had a heyday with this thing. That's a nice little dent there. Let me pull this one up. Pull this in. Pull it in a little bit more. All right. Now, let's grab that and our lid. Group that. Let's move it over. Rotate it just a little bit. And clip it. And how does that look? You got a nice dented, used and abused garbage can, or you can leave it new and pristine, however you like. And that's it for this modeling tutorial on creating a very realistic garbage can right here in Hexagon, using just a few very basic tools and functions that the software offers. And I tell you this, no matter what other program you would set out to create this with, I really doubt if you could do it any quicker or more accurately than we did right here in Hexagon. Now I realize I didn't do the number 30. It looks like a 30 up there on the trash can lid, so sorry about that. I don't have the foggiest idea how I would go about doing that, other than creating a text object, and I really don't want to do that. So here's a nice trash can, very realistic looking trash can, done right here in Hexagon. So hope you learned something from it, and if you do decide to create your own, why don't you upload it or send it, email it over to Geekatplay Studios. We might put it up in the freebie section, and so that others can benefit from it. So hope you learned something, hope you benefited from this. Thanks for watching this tutorial here at Geekatplay Studios. My name's Gary Miller. Have a good day.